Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Ok. Hugo, avec la coupe d'été, là.
Yes. First time in 28 years old.
All right. Okay. Thank you for joining. So we are live and it's recording. Yes. So welcome to the MCT show number 5 with Hugo Collin from France, from Montpellier. Welcome, Hugo.
Welcome. Thanks.
I'm very happy to have you with us. We will do it in, like we say, Franglish, Franglais.
Yes.
We'll mix both languages for the audience, and I'm sure some French speakers will be happy as well. What we can do is that you can either respond in English or in French, and I can translate a little bit. We'll see how it goes, okay? So thank you for joining. We have a few participants already. I opened the chat and Krista is saying, yeah, I can practice my high school French. Ok, on va voir ça, Krista, alors. On va pratiquer un peu le français. Okay, so after we had a few already licensed facilities and we had experienced MCTs level 2, level 3 MCTs. We had a Zong, we had Ken, we have a Chi from Boston, we have Rafa in Spain. Now it's a great pleasure for me to have Hugo from France, level 3, and the owner of a MoveNat license facility called Wolf Movements, where we can see your t-shirt barely. You have to posture up so we can see your Wolf Movements. Wolf Movement is actually the first MoveNat gym in France, and that's a great achievement that you could do. So briefly to introduce Hugo. Hugo, you certified MoveNat level 1 in 2018, and then you certified, I think, level 2 in 2019, and then you jump right to level 3 as well, right?
Yes, right.
So and then this project you had was from your background in tennis, that you play tennis at a good, very or high level, I would say, even when you were young, and you realized that you want to do something else. You have a sports degree, and you wanted to really be close to nature and get, let's say, well-rounded, equalized in your movement skills. And you found MoveNat, and MoveNat was happy to have you. So Hugo, thank you. And I have a first question. Tell us about how did you discover MoveNat, and what has been this journey for the last, let's say, 3 years, 2017, 2020?
Okay. I live, I move, and I train in nature since I am a little kid. I know for a long time it's the best way to become strong, to be fit, to be in shape, to be in good health, and to be happy too. But before the discovery of MoveNat, I felt alone with my idea of real health and fitness. And I grew up, and I was 22 years old. holder of a master degree in sports science and coaching, and I had to work. But it was hard to get started with my idea of natural health and by sports and nutrition. So, like you say, I worked on the tennis industry because of my background on tennis. So when I first, for the first time, Erwan's video, like the workout the world forgot, it was like, wow, just wow. I'm not alone. There is another guy, French guy, a team. There are workshops, certification all around the world. For me, I remember it was like opening the door of a new world. I remember I say, well, it's just for me. It is for me. So I signed up for the level 1 in Lyon with you. Yes, 2017, 70, yeah, exactly. And during the certification, I learned a lot about the philosophy and the soul of the MOVNAT method, and it was a confirmation that was my way. So after 1 year of MOVNAT coaching, I signed up for the level 2 in Lyon again, and with you again. And it was a new step because at this moment I made the decision to build my own natural movement gym. Level 2 was again a very beautiful experience with other MCTs, but I felt different because after 1 year of MOVNAT coaching, I can see, I can saw little details of the method. Okay, tu vois ce que je veux dire?
Oui, oui. You could see details, more details in level 2 than you could see in level 1.
Yes, exactly. Thanks. And during the certification, we have spoken together, you and me, about the possibility to become a MOVNAT facility. So just after the level 2, I asked to Danny the MOVNAT license for my gym, because I want to give to MOVNAT that MOVNAT gave me. Okay. It was the beginning of MOVNAT Montpellier, which is the first natural movement gym in France, and one of the first in the world. And last summer, I got level 3 in Vienna. That was my dream since. Thank you. Yes, that was my dream since the beginning of my MOVNAT adventure. And you were in the party again, and I expect that all that is just the beginning between Wolf and MOVNAT.
Awesome, great description. I relive again those moments when you were talking about 2017, 2018. I mean, your progression has been very, I would say, steady, régulière, because you didn't rush, tu t'es pas pressé. And I think this is a good path. Like, a lot of people also take a lot of benefits to do level 1, level 2 together. And I think, like I explained during the workshop, it's a very good experience to spend 5 days in a row with the same group, the same team, do the level 2 when you are tired, mentally and physically. But that's also another approach to do level 1, work on it for a year, then come back in level 2 fresh, absorb the knowledge, and the same for the big leap in level 3. So I think both ways are good. It depends on the challenge you want to take on yourself, and to get the next step of being a licensed facility. It takes a lot of I would say work behind the scenes. First of all, to have a place, then is to know a lot about programming. So that's my next question to you. Compared to Chi and other guests, like also in Sportale, when they do MoveNat a lot, but they also do something else. I believe you do only MoveNat, right? So how do you manage your sessions, and what are the students, the categories you have, and can you explain a little bit how your 100% MoveNat facility functions?
Okay. Yes, like you say, Wolf movement is only about natural movement. So MoveNat is naturally a big part of my program. I added new skills, new movement, and my own vision of natural movement for creating Wolf movement class. But MoveNat is always here in my class. In my gym, there are 6 hours per day of Wolf movement practice, so 6 hours per day of MoveNat practice. I think it's one of the best results for MoveNat in a gym, 6 hours per day. I have a little group, little class, 6 people max, for better coaching. And I don't have level class. Even if I have special class for elite athlete, but everybody are mixed in my class.
So you put like let's say 6 people with different levels. You put them together, but then I guess you are playing with volume, intensity, and complexity. Correct?
Yes. Every people in a group do the same ability, but volume, intensity, complexity are special for each people.
Do you think it's a good experience for those people to not be separated, so they feel part of the group, or how does it? What is the feedback from those people?
From feedback are good because for the beginner they can see advanced level, and it is a good image. Okay, I can do that. If I work, I can do that. It's a good feedback for them, and
it's inspiring.
Yes, and for advanced people, I ask them to show the good movement. So they have to do proper movement. Okay, not like if there are only advanced people level. It's different because they have to do a proper movement. It's a big difference.
Okay. And in the meantime, we have a question from Krista, and I think that's a very good question that we should have started with. Why Wolf movement? And did you name your gym why did you name your gym in English? What images of fitness does Wolf movement convey to the people in France? So, en français, est-ce que ça veut dire quelque chose pour les gens quand ils entendent Wolf Movement en France? Et pourquoi tu as nommé la salle Wolf Movement?
I like Indians okay, Indian names, okay, like in a cartoon, okay. So so and I love Wolf and idea of family, meute en français.
Yeah, tribe or yeah, une
Okay.
tribu ou une, ouais, ouais, une meute.
Ouais.
Je sais pas le nom en anglais.
Désolé.
Ah non, wolf pack, wolf pack.
Wolfpack. Okay. And I, I want to I want to give this idea of a family, and so Wolf, it was a good image. But no, when I say oh, I'm Hugo from Wolf Movement, people ask me, Wolf Movement, what is it? Okay, it's not like a MoveNat contraction of natural movement. It's different. It's just my brand.
You know what? I think that's a great name because that's your name.
Yes, exactly.
And 10 years ago, or even like a few years ago, or maybe even now, people don't know what MoveNat is, what MoveNat means.
Yes.
A lot of people still misspell MoveNat. You know, they will spell it with MOVENAT, you know, stuff like that. So it doesn't matter of the name. You make a name for yourself, and then it will be the way around. People will be like, why don't you know Wolf Movement? It's very famous, you know.
Yeah.
So it's a message that I have for all the MCTs that yeah, you have your name, you know. If everybody is named Jack or Mary, or you know, uh, if you have your own name, you have your own name, and that's it. So I like the fact that you believe in it, and I also have your T-shirt. I actually I worry too much, and then now c'est au sale. But I really like your T-shirt brand, and yeah, it looks good.
Yeah. No, I read just under the logo, natural movement training or natural training. Yeah. Yes.
So yeah, you didn't want to name it Hugo Collin or your own name. You wanted to see the pack, and now do you see that the people feel like part of the pack or ils font partie de la meute? Tu sens que les étudiants sont plus que des étudiants?
Yes, definitely. They have clothes like me. They speak about the Wolf Movement. Just see Instagram. Every people tag, tag Wolf Movement on stories, on a publication, and yes, it's a honor for me, really. Yes, it's very good for me. This feedback is very important.
For sure, you know, like we say every week since we did the show, and even before then, you know, for a long time, the community is the most important.
Yes.
And that's why we are here for the long term, not the short term. And even if this crisis is very hard, and we will that will be a next question. The fact that we stick together and that we send encouragements, you know, we back people up. It is very important. Back to how do you train your people? We have a question from Bernardo, who's saying, do you train people outdoors as well? And since the gym is closed now, I think it's a good question.
Yes. Just next the comment on dit à côté? Just
next near your gym, yeah.
Yes, I have my own place, outdoor place with equipment. Okay, monkey bar. So it's cool, but it's just a part of Wolf movement and MovNat practice in Montpellier, because we do a lot of session outdoors, yes, in nature, during the workshop too, during in nature. So yes, maybe it's not 50-50, but maybe 70-30%, okay, 30% outdoor and the rest in the gym.
So 70% outdoors.
No, 70% in the gym.
In the gym, okay. Tell us about your equipment, because c'est fait de quoi ta salle, on va dire à l'extérieur, c'est du bois, qu'est-ce que c'est?
Yes, rock, 3 trunk, yes, big rock, monkey bar in wood, and grass. Just a natural area.
But is it in the woods, or is it where?
No, just next to my garage, my box. Okay, just next.
Awesome. So I know I still didn't visit you. I know it's a long overdue to go there.
Yes.
So I will visit. And another question from Krista about that. How do you convince people to come train even if the weather isn't sunny and pleasant? We know in Montpellier the weather is nice.
Yes.
In the south of France it's very nice, but it's not always nice.
No. One of the reason it's because it's a security gym. Okay, it's a security place, secure place.
Safe place.
Yes,
safe place. Un endroit sûr.
Voilà, sûr. Safe place.
The safe place.
Yes, we use big mats. So when people walk on the beam at a high level, it's good to see a mat on the ground, and it's allowed to miss your movement, okay. Ouais, ça permet vraiment de sécuriser et de rendre ça accessible au plus grand nombre, tu vois, in French.
Yeah, so your gym, and I should mention also that you invested in the MovNat equipment.
Yeah.
So from our partner in Germany, Cube.
Yes.
You have how many Cube boxes do you have?
4.
You have 4 boxes. How many steel bars, les barres en fer?
Yes, and wood beam and steel beam. 6, maybe 6 or 5.
And how many mats?
3.
3 mats. Okay. So for your space, that's a good investment. And yes. What you were saying is that people are more willing to go train indoors because they never did natural movement. They don't really know what you will ask them to do. So they feel safe, meaning that if they fall off the beam, they have a mat and they have everything, but you basically prepare them for outdoor session as well. But the question is, if they did a few sessions with you inside, and then you tell them next Monday, let's say, next Monday we'll go outside, and on this Monday it rains, do you still go with them? What do you do?
Tu veux dire que s'il pleut, est-ce qu'on va dehors quand même, c'est ça?
Voilà.
No, when it's rain, it's very hard because we don't have enough security in the forest around Montpellier. So I prefer walking in the gym, and when conditions are enough good, we go outside. It's important for health. Okay. For performance, it is kind different. With elite athlete, I can go outside even if it's raining or even if we don't have enough lightning.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you said at the beginning that you take 6 people max and you put them together. As you will go, you see like students that are improving a lot. So you can take a few of them, like, oh, that's my elite group, and I can play with them in the woods.
Yes, exactly. I have maybe 20 people with an advanced level now. So it's cool. It's very cool to challenge them with the true nature.
That's awesome. So that's a really. I'm glad we have this conversation because MCTs can see the progression from your personal development. How did you do? How you did from level 1, level 2, level 3, getting your gym, then starting with the gym with a few students. Then you're telling us that you have invested in equipment, then you have 6 people minimum, and now you have around 20 advanced people where you can basically move in nature with them, which is the ultimate goal for all of us, is to empower and increase the level.
Exactly.
That's great. Congratulations, Hugo. That's a big achievement. So, but now we have this coronavirus thing. It's been almost 2 months or something, and now in France, I know that the Prime Minister said about the déconfinement. You know, the when you will be free again to do things. It's May 11, but maybe not for gyms.
No.
So tell us about this experience for you. I know it's not easy, money wise, and what are the solutions you could find to still make a living and still keep your students active and so on.
Yes. Yes, it's really hard because I have to close my gym and my wild food restaurant.
Oh yeah,
But
sorry. Yeah, we have to mention that on top of having your gym, you are, I think your girlfriend or your fiance, she's a very good chef and she does paleo meals on top of your box, right?
yes, exactly.
Tell us about this and how the people like it before we talk about the videos, because I think it's a very good concept to have the gym and a restaurant with clean, healthy food as well. That's a very good mix.
Yes, for me, it was important to have these two parts of real health. Okay, it's good to move, or it's good to have a good nutrition. But if you have both, it's better. It's the real health for me. So, like you say, my girlfriend is a good chief, and
Chef.
chef.
Chief,
Ouais.
c'est le boss. Ben, maybe
Ah,
he's the boss as well.
non, alors, ok. Oui, bon aussi, hein, elle n'est pas là, je peux dire ce que je veux, mais yes, chef. So we had opportunity to mix our these two aspect of health, and it's very good. It's very good because people which train with me go on the top of the gym at the restaurant, and they can they can eat on place, and people which are here for the restaurant can move. So je sais pas comment on dit, ça va dans les deux sens. Tu vois, les clients viennent d'un côté et de l'autre et ça permet d'avoir un concept toi, qui marche dans les deux
Yeah,
sens.
we call it cross marketing or cross business. We have a question from Kathy from that Kathy from Sporthalle in Vienna. She has a question. Do some people come for eating and end up in the gym? Est-ce que en fait ils venaient à la base pour manger et puis ils se sont dit tiens je vais m'entraîner aussi?
Yes, dans les deux sens. Dans les deux
Both
sens.
ways. Both
Yes,
ways.
yes.
That's
Exactement ça.
awesome. So what is the name of this restaurant?
Sauvage.
Sauvage.
Sauvage, yes.
Wild. It means wild. So in this case, you have a French name and a very good name, I think. So you have Sauvage and Wolf Movement together on the same place. First ground floor is natural movement, MoveNat, and on the first floor you have the food to reload the batteries.
Exactly.
Okay, so very good. So back to this crisis, you had to close the gym and you had to close the restaurant.
Yes. Like I said, I don't have choice, but yes, my students are sad, but they are with me. I have a private WhatsApp group for speaking together, and it puts some sunshine into the crisis. I'm confident for the future. I built a solid community and solid facility, and during this specific lockdown, my solution is to work with internet. Okay. I do things that I can't imagine in the past, like that. Working on internet, it was not my idea of coaching, but it's a good solution. I buy new filming equipment, and I do live class and e-class. E-class, yes. I do my best for creating class and program for everybody without equipment, even if people are in a closed space. And I challenge every day my people, my student with movement snacks. I love that. So I try to give them this philosophy of movement anytime, anywhere. It's very important to move without equipment or space. We can move. We are anywhere. Exactly. So this period changed my job forever. But I think I will keep practice like e-course after the crisis.
Okay, so you say it changes me forever. What do you mean by that? Ça te changera pour toujours, ce que tu veux dire?
Ouais, ça va changer mon travail. Mon travail, parce que je pense que je vais garder cette pratique de pouvoir en fait offrir quelque part du mouvement naturel, bien sûr, à tout le monde, même les gens qui ne sont pas à Montpellier ou qui ne peuvent pas se déplacer sur les stages que je fais. Alors voilà, pas comme une activité principale, mais comme vraiment une seconde activité, quelque chose que je peux faire en plus pour tous les gens qui pour l'instant n'ont pas la chance de pouvoir avoir un MCT à côté ou une salle pour le faire et qui n'ont pas non plus la connaissance encore pour bouger tout seul en mouvement naturel, quoi.
En gros, ouais, tu te sers du confinement pour pour réapprendre et te redécouvrir, te renouveler, plutôt que garder la tête basse, en fait.
C'est ça, c'est exactement ça. C'est que c'est triste, c'est horrible tout ce qui se passe, mais dans le même temps, je pense que, enfin, moi, je vois vraiment les choses comme ça en règle générale. Quand il y a un problème, je me dis, OK, elle est où la solution? De toute façon, ça ne sert à rien de s'apitoyer. Moi, ma solution, c'est ça, c'est de me dire, bah, c'est peut-être une occasion de faire prendre conscience aux gens que bah voilà, bien manger ou bien bouger ou bouger tout le temps avec rien, c'est important. Et du coup, bah, là, ils y sont obligés en fait. Donc, et il y a tout qui est réuni. Ils sont tout le temps sur Internet. Ils voient 50 000 pubs. Ils sont confinés, donc ils sont un petit peu euh,
Stressé?
voilà, stressés. Ils ont besoin de ça. Ben voilà, à moi de m'adapter pour leur offrir cette possibilité-là et je le garderai par la suite parce que ça peut ouvrir les esprits à tout le monde.
Great. Okay, so I will just translate it for the people quickly because you said something what I think powerful. You said it will change the way I do my job forever because you didn't consider online solutions before. You were you were very MoveNet oriented, like we need to be linked together physically, interacting, eye contact, human interaction, which is still priority. But now you realize that you can help people that are not locally with you in Montpellier or in your region. You can pass many other messages that were not maybe received before, because when you told people, oh, you don't need any equipment, you need only yourself, you need nature, now people have no choice, and they are like locked in their own house and they have to think by themselves, and that's why they watch so much of internet to entertain themselves. But after a while, they're just with themselves, and that's why you want to, when the COVID-19 crisis will be over, you still want to learn from this experience and keep these online solutions to do basically both of it, and you learned in the process instead of keeping your head down and thinking, oh, that's so bad. So you have a mentality that is very common and MoveNat, because we adapt. That's one of the three keywords, adaptation. But when we get out of the MoveNat bubble, we realize that people have a very hard time to adapt to anything. So that's why this was your message in French that I could translate. So thank you for that. We have questions from Bernardo. He was asking about, I am curious to know how insurance work in France when it comes to taking people in the wilderness to train. Et une question en français, quelle est la moyenne d'âge de vos clients? Il est inquiet en fait pour les assurances et comment ça marche, les assurances en France.
Ça marche pas.
It doesn't work.
No, it doesn't work. So there are help for the government, but it's very very small. We can't survive just with that.
Non, mais attends, je pense que la question c'était plus les assurances quand tu emmènes tes étudiants
okay.
dans la nature. Mais après, c'est une bonne question aussi, les assurances maintenant.
Ok, sorry. Alors ça, en anglais,
Fais-le en français, on verra bien.
En fait, on a des obligations de moyens, pas de résultats. Donc, si se passe quelque chose qui ne va pas, une blessure ou quelque chose, et que pour une raison ou une autre, mon élève porterait plainte ou voilà, ça va être à lui de prouver que j'ai pas mis en place tout ce qui était nécessaire pour le garder en sécurité. Donc, tout simplement, je fais tout pour les garder en sécurité. Je travaille avec les progressions, voilà, comme MoveNat le préconise et le met en place. Moi, c'est pareil. Je travaille vraiment avec ces progressions-là pour assurer que quand je propose quelque chose à un élève, il a les compétences pour le faire et que si jamais il y a un raté, ce qui arrive, hein, c'est la vie, c'est le mouvement, c'est comme ça qu'on apprend, mais il n'y aura pas de conséquences. Donc le rapport risque-danger, il est toujours maîtrisé de manière à éviter, tout accident. Mais voilà, j'ai pas d'obligation de résultat, j'ai des obligations de moyens.
D'accord. OK. Merci avec ça. Now, so a quick translation of this. It means that basically you are using the MoveNat method to train people progressively regarding the insurance. The student that would get injured has to prove that you didn't do everything you could to protect them. But that's why you do everything to protect them. Not only because you have a gym with all the safety requirements. We talk about the mats and everything. And also using the MoveNat method safely and respecting the levels, respecting the progressions and the regressions. And that's why, so far, so good. Tu m'entends? Ouais.
Ouais, nickel.
Non, ça a gelé un peu. What is the injury rate you have since you open? Est-ce que tu as eu des blessés depuis ou qu'est-ce que...
No. Just one ankle, but it wasn't a big injury, just a torsion,
Sprain.
just a little torsion. Yes. Not a big injury.
That's good news.
Yes.
Question from Ken as well, and then we'll move on to other topics. When you have all levels in the same class, how do you give enough attention to the more advanced participants when the absolute beginners take most of the attention?
Ouais, ok.
Par exemple, si tu as quelqu'un qui est en knee hand crawl, tu vois, qui est sur les genoux et que tu fais vraiment les bases, alors que tu en as un qui arrive à faire un foot and crawl sur un beam tout en haut, comment tu te débrouilles?
Comme je disais tout à l'heure, j'essaye vraiment de proposer la même habileté, si je peux, la même technique, mais voilà, avec un volume, intensité et complexité qui vont varier. Et dans un groupe de 6, je peux gérer ça. J'ai pris cette expérience d'être capable de voir en même temps, de pouvoir accorder assez d'attention aux débutants parce qu'il en a besoin, et en même temps de rester challengeant pour le niveau avancé qui va lui être sur sa barre, et en même temps pouvoir avoir un œil sur la sécurité pour lui. Mais voilà, c'est l'expérience et aussi le modèle de petit groupe qui me permet de faire ça.
Okay, very good. Okay, good answer. So regarding the question about getting the advanced and beginners the same attention, that's why you keep it in a small group. When we teach MoveNat, we say that MoveNat is for everyone. We can also teach small, middle groups or big groups, but the objective will be different. And that's why you mix people and you keep it like 6 people max, so you are able to have the attention of all, and your gym is not like a huge place, so you can have eyes on everybody.
Yeah, okay.
Great. So you mentioned online solutions. How did the people respond to that? Est-ce que tu as eu du succès? Est-ce que tu as des nouvelles, est-ce que tu as des nouveaux clients qui sont venus? Ou est-ce que tes étudiants sont contents? Comment ça se passe?
ouais, ils sont contents. Ils sont contents, voilà, ils sont conscients que forcément c'est pas la même chose que quand ils sont avec moi à la salle, voilà, ils le savent. Les feedbacks que moi je peux leur apporter sont forcément moins nombreux, mais ils sont contents de rester dans le mouvement, de rester, de sentir qu'il y a un suivi et que je les abandonne pas. Et après, c'est vrai que ça a permis aussi, et pour moi du coup ça va être certainement que le début de ça, mais d'attirer des nouvelles personnes. J'ai pas trop communiqué dessus, mais forcément, il y a toujours un tel qui connaît un tel qui va dire ah, je fais des cours, bah tiens, prends un abonnement. C'est pas les mêmes types d'abonnements que quand les gens viennent chez moi parce que bah, c'est pas l'équivalent, donc je peux pas faire la même chose. Mais et j'ai pas envie de faire la même chose. Mais du coup, ouais, il y a des nouveaux aussi, et ça c'est assez cool. Et dans l'avenir, c'est pour ça que je pense que je vais le garder aussi parce que ça permet d'élargir la base de gens à qui je peux faire profiter de mon expérience avec MoveNat, quoi, avec le mouvement naturel.
Ok, c'était une grande réponse. So what you said about the online solutions is that you could get more people, even though you didn't really communicate on that, but because of we call it the word to mouth, people talk and they hear about this. You don't charge the same price because it's not the same service, but it's very good for your current students because they feel that you don't let them down. You are still with them. And again, that's a good solution. So that's the last question I have for you. It's related to this. How do you market yourself? So I know you are on Instagram. I know you're on Facebook. How did you get so many, like, your students? How do you get them one by one? How did it work at the beginning to get yourself known? And then how do you keep market yourself and the restaurant? Comment tu fais ta promotion, en fait, depuis le début et maintenant?
At the beginning, Instagram, Facebook, social network, and now my website too. But no, it's en anglais, je sais pas comment on dit le bouche à oreille, quoi.
Word to mouth. C'est
okay. And like MoveNat is grow up, people search MoveNat facility, MoveNat certified trainer, and they find me. So, but in France, it's hard to speak about natural movement because we are late about all that. But we work hard every day for speaking about natural movement with people, and I think it's a big part of my job every day. Trying to speak about natural movement, and I try to speak on podcast, on videos, on YouTube, and I try all I can for that.
Yeah, I think you touch a very good point about the amount of time you have to spend talking about it and convincing people. And in every workshop I do, I always tell my students, you were part of it when I said it. We are all pioneers. Okay, on est les pionniers quelque part, and it's not easy to be a pioneer.
No.
Erwan was, the first one to launch it more than 10 years ago, and he told us many, the stories about when he did his first workshops, and I hope maybe we'll write a book about that because it's very interesting. But even now, you are the first gym, so it's never easy to be first. Okay.
No.
And that's why, people think like, oh, you have a gym and then all you are doing is coaching, but you're spending a lot of time not coaching and trying to, spread the word, right?
Yes. Yes, I can speak, but the best is to show to the people what we do. The Erwan's video, I think it was good for MovNat because people show a guy in nature moving awesome. So it was important, and I try to do the same thing with my own videos, and I think my students are best way, because when you see the difference before and after the formation with me in natural movement, it's a good publicity
Yeah, marketing.
marketing for natural movement, I think.
So that's a great point, and you are, it's like you know it, but we will announce it next week on Instagram. We will launch a fitness challenge.
Right. Yes.
Okay, so we will next week we will do the MoveNat fitness challenge because we have done a new e-course called the MoveNat Metabolic that will be launched end of May, mid-May or end of May, called MoveNat Metabolic. So Danny Clark did this e-course again with another badass lady, and the goal of this is to show and prove to people that MoveNat is not only good for movement skill, but it's also good for developing a very stronger physique and a beautiful physique as well. So what you said about before, after pictures and how they move, how they look. So next week, I hope you can also participate. We will have challenges for every day of the week, and yes, so if you know students that are willing to also share their pictures or share their stories, it's always good to publish them.
Yeah.
Cool. Regarding the what we can do for you, because I was saying, how do you develop your business, because you're a licensed facility, and we always try to support you. We support the MCTs. So on my side, every time I hear people in France interested in MoveNat, if they are not sure to do the certification or they want to train, I always guide them to you in priority. And we do that in every country, when we have very strong partners like you in France, or we have Sport Alley in Boston, we have Rafa in Madrid, we have Ken in Belgium, we have Chi in Boston, and so on. We have we have more and more places now. This is what we can do now. This is the give and take. We get back to the community aspect. Okay, so Krista is telling us that the MoveNat Metabolic e-course, the new one, will be launched May 14th, and we will send an email to all the people. What we are also working on, just to talk about the e-course, is to get more translations in many languages, French included. So, we also spend this time to learn and grow and help the community. Just wanted to emphasize that for the MCTs listening to us. Okay, go away. We did almost 1 hour, and the good thing was that we could answer some questions in the conversation, so we don't have to go through the list. I think we did that. Kathy has the question, the all-time question. She's calling it the all-time question. How do you explain to new students natural movement? What are you doing, and do you just let them train and see for themselves?
Ok, tu peux me la refaire?
Comment tu expliques? Donc c'est la question à $1000, tu sais. Ouais. Comment tu expliques le concept de mouvement naturel aux nouveaux? qui arrivent.
Ouais.
Qu'est-ce que
Wow.
tu fais pour ça? Ou alors, est-ce que tu les laisses juste s'entraîner et qui comprennent par eux-mêmes?
Euh,
Tu peux
both.
le faire en français si tu veux, mais
Ouais, je vais la faire en français celle-là. Euh, ouais, en fait, les deux, si tu veux, au début, je pense que j'étais beaucoup dans expliquer toute la puissance que MoveNat a. Et en fait, je me suis rendu compte que les gens ont juste besoin de voir par eux-mêmes, de sentir par eux-mêmes. Donc maintenant, je fais, si, bien sûr, c'est adapté à chacun, mais en gros, je dis deux, trois mots, on va bouger et les questions viennent d'elles-mêmes. Et là, je me fais un plaisir parce que c'est vraiment ça, c'est un plaisir de pouvoir parler de tout ça avec des gens quoi, qui y connaissent quelque chose ou rien du tout. C'est vraiment un plaisir. Et là, je leur explique et je donne souvent, ça je peux le dire en anglais, mais euh, like Erwan say in his book, it's easy to imagine a problem for a wild animal if he can't move. Uh, why it will be different for human?
Mhm.
Uh, and it's, I think it's a good image for people. Et, euh, et ouais, j'essaie vraiment de leur montrer ça et de leur expliquer. Voilà, c'est tellement complexe que j'essaie d'avoir des images, en fait, tout simplement des images les plus précises possibles. Donc voilà, je pense
C'est
ça. Et
vrai
même sur l'environnement.
qu'il choque en fait, enfin, qu'il y ait des choses qui marquent l'esprit.
Ouais, exactement, parce que c'est ce que je disais, MoveNat, c'est ultra difficile de dire ce qu'est MoveNat en quelques mots. Tu vois, tu peux dire, mais les gens sont tellement loin parfois de tout ça que le mieux, c'est voilà, c'est d'avoir des images bien chocs et puis de montrer, simplement de montrer, de les laisser faire et de les laisser sentir la différence que fait MoveNat par rapport à ce qu'ils ont déjà vécu.
Okay, so we'll summarize it quickly. Basically, at the beginning, you were very enthusiastic and you were explaining for a long, long time what MoveNat is because you're passionate, and you realize that communication is both ways. So that's not because you say something that they understand it. So then you switch a little bit from this to showing movements, let them discover the beauty of practicing. And then once they have this spark, they were like, oh, I want to ask you more questions, right? So this is every time I say this in my workshops too, coming from the sales background. I like to just find a few keywords
Yeah.
and then let them think about those keywords. But if you can show them something that looks easy and then you tell them practice it, like ground movement, for example, or stuff like that, then they are triggered because you have their attention. Okay, and that's the big thing, is to have their attention, to then have the time to develop all the deep concept of what MoveNat is.
Exactly, and I work on my website to develop like a fac, ça se dit fac, foire aux questions.
FAQ, yeah.
Yes, FAQ. There are question and my answer. And ça me permet, si tu veux, voilà, de pouvoir renvoyer les gens, même, ou alors même avant qu'ils viennent me voir moi, de leur donner une image plus précise. Et c'est vraiment travailler sous forme de une question, une réponse, une question, une réponse. Et tu vois, ça ne fait pas un texte hyper long à lire où les gens se disent mais waouh, qu'est-ce que c'est que ça? Ça permet vraiment d'aller chercher la question que tu veux. Les gens posent souvent la question quelle est la différence avec le CrossFit, mais c'est du CrossFit dans la nature ou voilà. Bah, va voir sur le site. Pourquoi c'est ça le CrossFit et voilà ce que nous on fait, voilà la différence. Je prends cet exemple parce que tu sais ce que c'est une question qui arrive très souvent. Dès que tu parles d'un entraînement qui regroupe plein de choses, it's CrossFit. No, it's not CrossFit. It's just
That's great, and I'm glad we end up the conversation on this. It's a great idea. Every time so far in the 5 MCT shows, we always learn something very good. And I think in your case right now, and we learn a lot of things during this hour, but FAQ is a great way to teach people with small portions, small small spoons. You don't feed them like a big spoon. You tell them, okay, here is what you have a question. I'm sure we have a response because it's a very common question, and we have our FAQ on our website. We could imagine on the homepage to show like a common questions and your answer to this. And you took the example of people in France. It's this. They think, oh, MovNat is CrossFit in nature, and you have to say, oh, come to my website, and you will see I have an answer to show you the difference between the two, and that's why they go to your website.
Yeah, exactly.
Great, Hugo. Hey, thank you very much. Merci beaucoup. We did 1 hour, so I think it went very fast. You know that I really appreciate you. I like you very much. You're my friend, and if you need anything, just tell us. Tell me. And I know you are waiting for a big event.
Yes, it's. I'm here. I'm ready. I'm ready for all with MovNat.
Et tu attends un événement alors?
Pour ça, pardon. Yes. In few days, I will be daddy. So for the first time. So yes, it's a great moment.
You're excited?
Yes. I can't wait.
So we will have a new little natural mover
yes.
Very soon.
Yes. And Erwan or you are great inspiration for me when I see your relation with your kids, your family, and when you move together. Yes, it's a very great inspiration for me. So I will try to do my best for this little boy and move naturally together. I'm very excited about all that.
Just be yourself, Hugo, and he will be very happy.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Hugo, for your time. And so this live will be on YouTube. We'll put it soon on YouTube. I will share it in the group, and you can use it anywhere you want. Okay, Hugo. Yes. People also in the community, you can share this conversation. I think we can learn a lot of things from this. Bernardo said merci beaucoup, félicitations pour votre prochain enfant. Ils deviennent de grands professeurs. C'est ce qu'il a dit.
Thank you, Bernardo. Thank you.
Merci beaucoup from Krista as well, and thank you everyone for joining. And catch you later. The MCT show is done.
Yes.
For this week. Thank you, Hugo. Merci.
Thank you, everybody.
Ciao, ciao.
Salut.